Hi everyone, welcome to our how-to tutorial about how to make a custom button pin design on Clip Studio Paint. And today we're going to be using our Majax pin design as well as our Angel Dust pin design made by at Beanie Blues on Instagram. So shout out to her. Alright, so let's get that back open here. And so first things first, it's always good to know the size they're going to have your pins being. We're going to be using a medium size. So if you're not exactly sure about how big you need your pin to be, or at least the design to be, there are templates open out there like this one that you can use. I'll show you a quick some sites you can get them. So there is this site right here called CSP Button Makers, and they have tons of design templates you can use. Or the one machine that we're using, nice to have, also at the very bottom has a template that can be used. There's also a video up on their YouTube, nice to have, that shows how to do it. Oh, hold on. So again, those websites are nice to have. Very bottom here. And then CSP Button Makers has tons of templates you can use. Also, it's important to know this. So when it comes to actually making the design and having the button ready to go, you want to make sure that the button is bigger than the design is bigger than the button, so it can wrap around it fully. I'll have another video up on showing how to put together your design onto the button, but for now we're just focusing on the design. So right here we have our template that we're going to use. We're going to copy it over to our sheet here as well. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. Silly me. Okay, so copy that. Paste it over here. And this will let us know how much room we'll have on our sheet that we're going to be printing out, and how many exactly we'll be able to print out on one sheet. So you'll need two because we're working on two of them. Here, this is the perimeter text. It's basically letting you know where you'll be able to have your text at and where it will stop. Mostly being because, since, as I was saying earlier, you need to have it bigger than the button so you can wrap around it. If you have the text over that perimeter right here, it's gonna get some of that text or the picture chopped off. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna make a duplicate layer of this and merge them so it doesn't take up as much storage on this new layer, on this new space. There we got that. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna go back here. Don't mind that. That was the sticker. I guess a little sneak peek of the sticker there, but anywho, also going to duplicate this background layer and then merge, and then of course get the little hearts that go with it. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, make sure, of course, you have all the layers that you need for it. But yeah, we're basically going to merge all these layers together to make it a little bit easier on us here to move it, and also, like I said, doesn't take up as much storage. Okay. So, obviously, right now, picture's bigger than the circle. So what we're going to do here is we got to transform it down to the size that we need it to be. Okay, so we do it like this. Obviously, some of Jax's ears do get caught off there. So we're going to have to keep sizing it down so a good portion of it still fits in there. Okay. So there we are. We got him to be able to fit now. Okay. Of course, as we can see now, the design fits. It's just now the background. So what we gotta do is we're gonna choose the color of the background. And we gotta select, not that. Of course, it helped to name this. So this will be Jack's pin. Okay, so we're gonna select the inside there. All on the inside. Let's make a new layer underneath it. Okay. So we have all of that background, the same color. There we go. So when we remove our templates, of course, we're going to need to go in and clean all that up. We have the perfect circle size we need to now. But we're just going to keep it on there for now so we can be able to see where everything needs to line up. So let's have him in the middle, kind of sandwiched in between the background. So background Jax. And between Jack's pin design. Okay, and there we are. So that's all put together. So as we can see, Jax fits perfectly within those parameters. The green is for the design, and then the red here is for the text. So yeah, he'll fit perfectly. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Because basically, all of this will be the part that wraps around the actual metal base of the pin. So we want to make sure he stays right in the middle there. You could make him a smidge bit bigger since there's not going to be any text on here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and make him a little tiny bit bigger since we don't have any text. Just making sure he stays within the middle there. So his ears touch about right at the ends there. That heart might get a little bit, so we're going to need to move it a little bit just so that heart Doesn't get too much wrapped outside, but it's okay with the heart. We mostly just want to make sure Jax looks good. Okay, so then from here, we don't want all that. We're going to go ahead and erase all that. Because we don't want that to print out when we print out the design for this. I will show a little bit of uploading it to the Cricut design space if that's the route you will be going. But you can also get cutouts, circle cutouts. Make sure they're, of course, the right size that you need. Like for this one, I believe it is the 1 inch, 1.25 inch template that we're using for the middle size button pin. Okay, so looking all good. He fits in the perimeter lines there. So we can go ahead and hide that. We're going to get the background here. And we gotta go ahead and fix our brush size and color that in there. And there we go. And from there, we're going to press right here, the clip to layer below. So it's still showing those lines there. We gotta make sure we get rid of all that fully there. Or else, as you can see, it's gonna have a transparent background there still, and that's not what we want. We want a nice, flat, smooth design with no empty spaces. So we're gonna make sure there's no spaces left by selecting it. And then go to invert selected area. Yep, no empty pixel spaces in there. So that will be good for when it gets printed out. Because if you're using the Clip Studio Paint, not Clip Studio Paint, I'm sorry, the Cricut, it will detect all those empty spaces and cut through your design. And that's not what we want. Okay, so the next part we're doing is we're going to also just, so make sure everything's clear. We're going to do the same thing here for the Maid Angel design. So let's go ahead and pop him up. Control C. Control V. We're going to do the same thing as we did with Jax. We're going to bring him over to the circle. You can press Control T to transform him. And we got to make sure he's within the red circle. For this one, if I had put text on it, then we would put it mostly in the green circle. But yeah, for this time around, it will be the red. For Angel, we're going to get his body around close down here. And then squeeze him up. Making sure he stays relatively in the middle. It's okay if some of the hearts wrap around a little bit there. Yes, we're mostly just focusing on Angel. Okay. And then we're going to select the 125 copy there. Get your magic wand. Make sure you select every little bit in here, even the insides, if you can. If of the text thing here. If not, it's okay. We can always get our pencil tool or whatever tool you're using to color the insides. Okay, so this time let's go ahead and put a layer underneath the design. We're going to make sure to get our drop eyedrop tool here to pick up the color we need. We're going to fill it, deselect, erase any undesirable parts we don't want from the original design background, so it doesn't cut out any extra little triangles or squares or anything like that we don't want. Okay, make sure Angel's where we want him to be. He looks pretty good. Okay. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and hide the top layer because we don't need that template anymore. And we're going to go ahead, go down to the background. Angel, you can basically kind of just double click to rename it as you need to. So we're going to do that. Background Angel. Okay. And there we go. And then get your tool here to color in all that empty space that wasn't selected. And there we go. And then we're gonna clip to layer below. Do it one more time because so far it doesn't seem to pick it up that we colored all of that. But it's okay. And there we go. We have two cuties ready to go. So for this, we're going to save it as a PNG. Of course, always make sure to save your file. Okay, so go save it real quick to our desired folder. You're not going to be able to see that. Hold on for a moment. Alright, and then I'm naming this Made Pin Sheet. Okay, save the Clip Studio Paint file. Then saving it as a PNG. Save it to the same folder. Make sure it looks good. And there we go. And there is our Jax and Angel pin designs. If we wanted to, we could duplicate these each time. Of course, also let's make sure to keep them separated. We're going to give them their each own little separate folders here. And then put them with their names. So we're going to have Jax. And then we're going to make another folder for just Angel. And if you want, since we're done, you can delete the templates, but otherwise it's probably would be a good idea to keep them so you can be able to have the perfect size each time. But if we were to duplicate them, so let's go ahead, we can duplicate them here, go and duplicate layer. And then we could see how many fit in here. So being these are the medium sized ones, it would fit roughly about 6, I would say, of these guys. And go ahead and just save that for now. Yeah, it would fit roughly about 6. But yeah. Go ahead and save this one more time as another PNG here. Put just a 1 after it. Okay, and then real quick, I'm going to show you how to upload it to the Cricut space. Okay, let me get that saved. Okay, so let me get that opened up here for you guys. Okay, go ahead and close out of that. Sorry for the dark screen for a moment. Ooh, we're in the void. I open that up. Whoa. So scary. Alright, I should have had that better prepared. But anywho, we're getting that open up. Cricut Design Space. Okay, thankfully there's no updates needed. Okay, get that open up for you guys here so you can see it on the screen. Okay, there we go. Up. We're gonna get a new canvas opened up here, so let's go ahead and delete Kave. We don't need him. And then we're gonna upload our pin designs. So down here, the upload button, browse or drag file. Let's go ahead and just drag it over. So I am going ahead and get that open up here. We're going to find our designs that we need. Let's see. Okay, we're going to open up the other one we made of all the duplicates. In the meantime, there is a way to basically duplicate all of them in the Clip Studio Paint. It's pretty easy. It's pretty similar where you just duplicate layers. But here we are. We're going to make sure the background's good. You can use this to help manually remove the background, but it's easier just to save it as a PNG so you're not having to remove the background through it, because sometimes the Cricut doesn't always do a good job of doing it manually. We're going to choose flat graphic print, and it will save it as a cut in print. I'll show you guys how to do that in the next tutorial. But there we go. And we have our design on the Cricut space here. Oh, hold on. Just in case you can't see all of that. Hold on. Yep, there I am. Sorry about that. Okay. So, just one more time. Upload in the corner here. Upload. Then it's going to be in our recent uploads now. And then go back to our canvas, cancel. And there's the design. So if you do happen like finding the error like we have right here for our Jack's pin, you can always just go back into Clip Studio Paint, of course. So let's close that out for a moment. And of course you will have to go back and adjust and fix that, unfortunately, and re-upload it. That's okay. Then we're going to need to unclip him from that. And then trying to see. Well, yeah, I will have to go back and fix it another time here, possibly. But yeah, basically we need to unclip it from there. And for some reason, for the circle there, when I was doing the coloring, it's, for whatever reason, got outside of the circle. So you want to make sure it's a perfectly round circle when doing it, or else you will have some jags when the Cricut is cutting it, unfortunately, there. Because, yeah, it picks up every little thing. Which is a nice thing about it, but yeah, sometimes it can be a little difficult to deal with. I will be honest. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to edit that a little bit further so it doesn't pick that up. But you guys get the main idea of what needs to be done now. So yeah, from there, I'm gonna stop for now, and I will show you in the next tutorial about how to use the design space to get them cut out and how to properly make them using the nice to have button maker. But from now, y'all have a good day, and I love you all so much, and feel free to check out our website for any updates we will have on having these designs actually available through our Etsy shop. On Eclectables Etsy, look for my face for the shop, and we'll have these up for purchase soon. And now, bye, and love you all. Have a perfect day.